Kelsey Plum with the chirp.
Why?
I don't know, dude.
Why?
Not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just we had a very not really needed to be mentioned.
I just hate that because like this is what we've always wanted as a league. So like who cares who gets the credit? And if you're smart, you're making money off of them.
Yeah.
Like you are literally making money from the viewership.
So basically, Sophie Cunningham is saying that Kelsey Plum wanted to kind of take the credit.
Caitlin Clark didn't just speak. She dropped a truth bomb on an entire league during her latest podcast. With a level of blunt honesty rarely heard from active players, she peeled back the curtain on the harsh realities inside professional women's basketball. Clark described the frustration of sharing the court with teammates who seem lost on even the most basic fundamentals. She called out names, Natasha Howard, whose style often disrupts the team's rhythm, and Alyssa Smith, similar in approach but offering even less in core basketball skills. To Clark, this isn't just about a few players. It's a league-wide problem. Too many rosters are filled with athletes who can't read the floor, move without the ball, or grasp the very teamwork the game is built on.
Kind of take the credit for the shirt thing. And pretty much throwing Caitlin under the bus. But just like I keep telling you, as much as I love Kelsey Plum too, I really like her. But I'm here to tell you guys, she's a part of the problem too. This we don't like Caitlin narrative for whatever reason. And we already know the reason they don't like Caitlin. They don't like Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark is the face of the league, bro. It just is what it is, man. I just hate.
In a candid moment during the podcast discussion about Lisa Blutter and post players, Caitlin Clark painted a striking contrast between college and pro coaching. She recalled how her days at Iowa were shaped by Blutter's disciplined, laser-focused practices. Sessions where every drill had a purpose, every player knew their role, and the entire squad moved like a single unit. Blutter, Clark said, had a rare gift. She could get players on the same page no matter their natural basketball IQ. But the real jaw-dropper came when Clark turned her attention to the professional scene, openly questioning how athletes at the sport's highest tier could still be clueless about the basics. How, she asked, can players not know where to be or how to move without the ball? For Clark, the gap between structure and chaos is wider and more alarming than anyone wants to admit.
I just hate for this to be a thing. But at the end of the day, this is where we're at, bro. A lot of these women just don't like Caitlin Clark because she's the face of the league, man. And it's just an unfortunate situation, but this is where we're at. Now, will she get accepted by the women? We don't know yet. But hell, I just did a video not too long ago kind of explaining.
This perspective comes straight from Clark's years in the regimented world of college basketball, where every player was drilled to respond instinctively to each offensive trigger. At Iowa, nothing was left to chance. Movement, spacing, and timing were second nature. But in the pros, she sees the opposite. The Indiana Fever, she suggests, are a prime example of what happens when that structure vanishes. Confusion replaces chemistry, and raw talent drowns without a system to hold it together.
Just did a video not too long ago kind of explaining my thoughts and my beliefs about this whole Caitlin Clark civil rights thing. Because not only is she being violated on the basketball court, she's also being violated off the court with certain people of the media pushing this narrative that Paige is better. She's not the face of the league, and she is pretty much with her being the face of the league, but not only that, it's just
Clark didn't stop at calling out the Indiana Fever's flaws. She pointed out that, despite their struggles, they're not even close to being the least basketball-savvy team in the WNBA. To her, that speaks volumes about a league-wide problem. The conversation shifted to the glaring gap in coaching quality between college and the pros. Some even floated the idea of giving Lisa Blutter a shot at a WNBA head coaching job, but Clark made it clear. Dominance in college doesn't guarantee success at the professional level. One reason? Money. Many top college coaches make far more than their WNBA counterparts, and that financial reality shapes the talent pool. Stephanie White's career illustrates the paradox. She's found her groove as a pro coach after faltering badly at Vanderbilt. For Clark, it's proof that the WNBA's coaching dynamic is more complicated and more broken than most fans realize.
But not only that, it's just that them saying that the Indiana Fever is better without her, which is mind-blowing to me. But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, dog. It's very unfortunate that this is where we're at. But going back to Sophie Cunningham podcast, let me see if I can pull it up here. Let me see. So a new episode has come out, I believe, yesterday or today. Let me head on over there. Hopefully you guys can see this.
Her time in the college ranks left deep scars on the program, the kind that took years of rebuilding to even begin to heal. And in the WNBA, money is the quiet architect of coaching quality. Only a select few, like Nate Tibbetts and Becky Hammon, pull in seven-figure paychecks that rival top-tier college salaries, while the rest of the league's coaches operate on budgets that make it hard to attract or keep elite talent.
Hopefully you guys can see this. So this is the podcast here, Show Me Something. 250,000 views the first episode. Wow, Sophie Cunningham podcast really should be big, man. Sophie and Wes. But this is one of the latest episodes right here. And as you guys can see here, she's been real consistent with dropping, bro. They've been dropping. Look like an episode a day since it came out.
Clark's words split the room. Some saw them as a long overdue reality check on the WNBA's deeper, systemic flaws. Others questioned the judgment of airing such thoughts in public. In this arena, timing and context are everything. If her remarks were playful nods to past teammates or inside locker room jokes, the fallout would likely be minimal. But if she was openly questioning the basketball IQ of her current roster, the stakes change, risking locker room rifts and shattering team chemistry. The truth is, media figures and content creators operate under a different set of rules when delivering public criticism. For active players, every word has consequences that can echo far beyond the court.
Today, since it came out. This is pretty good. So I'm guessing they might have had a 2 to 3 hour conversation about this. But this is super dope that they're dropping episodes. She's getting views. She's getting a hell of a lot more views than anybody else in the W. But guys, going on over there, show Sophie Cunningham some love. She's from my home state of Missouri, man. I ain't lying. I'm gonna always show Sophie love. now, Nafisa Collier's from Missouri too, but I don't know. She be talking a little greasy. Her and her husband.
It's easy for outsiders to dissect player performance and second-guess decisions. They have no skin in the game. But for active players, especially when speaking about their own teammates, the rules are different and the spotlight is unforgiving. This tension speaks to a larger frustration simmering beneath the surface of professional basketball. Inconsistent execution on the court and uneven coaching standards across the league. Clark's blunt assessment doesn't just call out individuals. It exposes a league-wide gap in fundamental basketball education. As the season unfolds, all eyes will be on her dynamic with head coach Stephanie White. If Clark starts feeling boxed in by coaching choices or system flaws, the Fever could be forced into tough decisions to preserve both chemistry and championship hopes.
A little greasy. Her and her husband from Missouri. They be talking a little greasy, man, and I ain't gonna show them no love. But with all that being said, man, I'm finna check out some footage from yesterday, man. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out.
So I'm happy that we kept our composure, even though Seattle went on an 11-0 run. We've been through situations like that, but at the end of the day, we just stayed together and we talked about it and we moved on to the next play.
I also think it shows the growth that we've had as a team, because early in the season we were just so inconsistent, and if teams were to do that, we would normally lose those.
These revelations pull back the curtain on the hidden mechanics of professional basketball, and the tightrope teams walk between squeezing every drop of talent and keeping locker rooms united. Striking that balance between blunt truth and professional restraint is a high-stakes art form, and not everyone nails it. Enter Sophie Cunningham. The Missouri-born sharpshooter has stepped into the podcast game, and she's wasting no time making waves in WNBA circles. In one of her early episodes, Cunningham dove headfirst into the buzzworthy back and forth between Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark, revisiting the tension from this season's All-Star game and offering her own unfiltered perspective on what really went down.
So that is DeWanna Bonner after the game, bro. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Like, I ain't gonna bash on her too hard. Yeah, dog. Now we got to talk about Kelsey Mitchell, man. This has just popped up. Kelsey Mitchell had a negative 39 tonight. So for all the people saying that this is Kelsey Mitchell team and Kelsey Mitchell.
In the audio clip, Cunningham didn't hold back. She openly questioned Kelsey Plum's motives and noted that, at key moments, members of Team Clark seemed noticeably disengaged. Her frustration was clear. This is the kind of spotlight the WNBA has been chasing for years, and now that it's here, players should be smart enough to seize it. Cunningham stressed that increased viewership means more visibility, more revenue, and more opportunities, and that any player with a sharp mind should know how to turn that into long-term gains. But her comments carried an edge. The suggestion that Plum might be angling to claim credit for certain promotional wins while subtly chipping away at Clark's standing. It's a moment that underscores a deeper fault line in the league, the unease surrounding Caitlin Clark's rapid rise to prominence.
That this is Kelsey Mitchell team, and Kelsey Mitchell the best player on the team, and all these different things. How the hell did she get a negative 39 tonight? Let me know. If this is her team, she the best player, how the hell do you get a negative 39 tonight? I would like to know. Because I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat would like to know.
Even with genuine respect for Plum's talent, there's no denying a quiet resistance in some corners of the league to Caitlin Clark's status as its most recognizable star. That resistance seems to stem from one thing: Clark's meteoric rise as the undisputed face of women's professional basketball. It's a dynamic that leaves her in a strange limbo, celebrated by fans yet not fully embraced by everyone inside the league. On the court, she faces physical challenges every night. Off the court, she battles media narratives that hint other players are more deserving of the spotlight or that teams somehow thrive without certain superstars. But the numbers tell a different story. Attendance is up, engagement is surging, and the league's buzz has never been louder. Ignoring that reality is not just unfair, it's willfully blind.
In the chat would like to know. So here go to stat patting Alyssa Thomas, speaking about her triple-double that was stat padded, complete stat padded.
First player in WNBA history to record 3 consecutive triple doubles. What does that mean to you?
Just a huge honor. A lot of credit to my teammates. They helped me get this one tonight. But
Sophie Cunningham's new podcast, Show Me Something, is off to a blistering start, racking up roughly 250,000 views on its very first episode. With polished production, daily uploads, and a knack for pulling in engaged listeners, the show has already blown past the numbers most WNBA-related content ever sees. Cunningham is quickly cementing herself as one of the league's most influential voices, not just on the court, but in the conversation shaping it. The format plays to her strengths: marathon 2 to 3-hour recording sessions trimmed into sharp, daily installments that keep fans hooked. It's a formula that delivers deep dives into the league's biggest stories while feeding the appetite of an audience hungry for consistent, unfiltered coverage.
helped me get this one tonight. But to be first ever, I mean, not a lot of people can say that about NBA.
Do you ever reflect on your career and think like, wow, I'm really building a legacy, or is this just something that's clockwork to you at this point?
Not something I'm thinking about. I just go out there and play my game.
Just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous, guys. Smash that like button, man. Jenny, who is Jenny? Where's Jenny at?